Yo, what is going on, everyone? Let me move this. There we go. What's going on, guys? It's been. I don't even know where I was going with that. Today, it was the day, is the day, where I requested my first payout ever from day trading. It's pretty unreal. I later in the video I'm going to show the setup I took today and actually requesting the payout. But I just wanted to come out and talk. I'm not going to yap too much because really no one even watches these. It's just kind of like a personal journal, like an online journal for myself. But it's been crazy. Like, I just want to first say that by no means do I think that I've, made it, or I'm not profitable. I don't think I'm in any position to be giving advice even. But at the same time, this is like it's an accomplishment that I can always look back on and remember and know that I can get to this point. You know what I'm saying? It's like a checkpoint almost. It's like a little respawn point. Um, but yeah, I'm pretty psyched about it, just because it is really kind of what's the word, like, well, motivating, I guess, but like, you don't actually understand how close I was to quitting. And I know that, like, so many everyone everyone says that who's a trader and who, trades full time. I'm not a full time trader yet. I got one payout. But everyone says, like, oh, I was so close to quitting. Like, you don't actually understand what that feels like until you've been there, when you've blown like $300. Well, I mean, yeah, like $300 worth of combines, which for me working a part-time job was a lot. Who blew $300 worth of combines, probably more. I can probably check right now how many, like, how many combines I've gone through. Seven combines plus two activation fees. A lot of them were on discount, but still. $950 Canadian. I pretty much spent 1,000 Canadian to get to where I am right now, and that's a scary feeling, knowing that if I blow these, I'm down $1,000, and I've gotten nothing in return from this. As a part-time worker, that's like a lot of money. You know what I'm saying? But the fact that I can get here now, and I know that I can get here now, and then also the financial, I made 2,400 Canadian. I live in Canada. That covers all the costs, which takes also something, a little relief off. But the way, like, Powell describes it, like the trader, not the VP, whatever. I don't even. The way he describes it is like it's like scoring a goal in a sports match, and once you get one, then the ball starts rolling, and it's easier to get another and another. But the biggest thing that I've heard every single person say is stay humble. Stick to everything I'm doing. There's no reason to change a single thing that I've been doing if it's working. Maybe just increase risk once I start building a buffer up. But stay humble. Just because I have a payout doesn't mean I know any more than I did yesterday. And you see all these guys on, like, TikTok with, like, huge egos who are acting like they own the market, calling themselves a market maker. Obviously, a lot of it's like just a character, for clicks. But I think it's way. I just think it's more impressive to stay humble. Um, I heard a quote that said, "Don't look down on people unless you're willing to help them up." I definitely don't think I'm better than anyone now that I got one payout, and I really admire people who trade full time, who have 6 figures monthly in payouts, who don't look down on anyone. And I think that's a huge thing. Just stay humble. And yeah, just know, like, I'm no special. I'm not special at all. Like, I'm the most regular kid you will ever see. Um, and yeah, just literally know that if you stick to your plan, follow your rules, you'll get here as well. And like, who knows how much further. Like, this is really just the beginning. I'm gonna keep documenting the journey, whether people like to watch it or not. It's something that I can go back on and watch, and you know, it's a big moment. Either way, no matter how big the payout is, it's a pretty small payout. I think it's like 1,700 US, so like 2,300 Canadian, compared to like some people. I mean, I shouldn't compare, but it's like relatively small payout. But it was like honestly never about the money. It was just the fact that 11 months ago I started this day trading journey. I started posting only about 3 months ago. And it was more just about proving to myself and proving to that person who started 11 months ago that I can follow through with something for one time, and that I can come through for myself when it's something that I really want like this. Yeah, honestly, it was never about the money. Obviously, the money's nice, but especially because Christmas is coming up, can can get some Christmas presents for the fam. But um, yeah. So like I said, I already filmed the part where I did the trade recap and took the payout. So I kind of forget what I said in there because I went to the gym, just came back. But so if I repeat what I said, sorry. But I am gonna start trading both because I have two XFAs, right? And they're now that I took the payout on one, they're actually pretty similar balance. It hasn't updated yet here. Oh no, it has, yeah. Yeah, 1,600 and 1,500. Yeah. So I'm gonna start copy trading these now that I made the money back for the activation fees, especially. And my goal is to get 2K payout on both of these, just within November, which is definitely doable. By the way, I can probably get, if I'm locked in, I can probably get a 2K payout on these within the next like week and a half. That's my goal right now. So to get a $4,000 payout within November, because that would be 5,600 plus what I got. That would be around an $8,000 a month Canadian. If I can get that in November, so that's gonna be the goal. I hope it takes some relief off my shoulders that I'm, you know, I don't have the financial, not risk, but you know what I'm trying to say. I made the money back for the activation fees because that was like really on my mind. Even though it shouldn't be, but it is just like psychological, like subconsciously I'm thinking about it when I'm going to trades. But yeah, I think I'm gonna end this here, and then I will add the trade recap and the payout request on the end. So I'm just gonna edit this thing and then get this out. But yeah, I think I'll put the trade recap right now. All right, so coming into the day, like, it was a weird day. So we had this big move up and we inversed this 4 hour gap. But it was just like a retrace into this higher time frame gap, and we put an SMT with this internal high or intermediate high. So we swept this on ES, and we just absolutely sold off. Like, there was really no entry coming out of New York Open. all we really did was just dump. Like, this was New York Open, I think. This was New York Open, and we just dumped. Like, there's no entry with my model for this. And all the time I'm looking for longs. Or after we swept Asia, I was looking for longs. We didn't end up getting it, and we just got a retracement. So then, I was looking for longs just because we sold off so hard. Oh my God. So I was waiting for like Asia and London to get swept, and we didn't end up getting any sort of reaction off it. So then this was kind of my new draw. Or this was my new draw. Nope, I'm tripping. So yeah, I ended up taking like a bunch of losses along here. Like, literally, again, I didn't even take a setup. Literally was just trying to like long off this or long off this, whatever. But I ended up like finally realizing that we're not getting a reversal. We're not going up. We're selling off right now, and it's just so bearish. We already swept London and Asia, and we just went straight through them, like no reactions off them. So we got this little retracement into this 5-minute, maybe 15-minute. What's happening, bro? We got this retracement into this 15-minute gap, right here, and then I was just waiting for the highest time frame inversion off that. We didn't really get a liquidity sweep, but it was just kind of a continuation model because of how bearish we were, and we saw draws to the downside. So the highest time frame gap was a 3-minute. I entered off the 3-minute, and I didn't exit here. I needed to make a certain amount just to have a winning day. Because I took a loss earlier, or a bunch of losses, so I needed to make like 500 to get the winning day. So yeah, I just held till there, and looks like I could have held a little longer, but I guess I could have just trailed my stop till here. But yeah, whatever. I was just trying to get the winning day so I could take the payout and cover the fees of these two accounts. So now that I covered the activation fees with this payout, I will now be copy trading these. I can do that right now, actually, I guess. But yeah, I think that I went over the trade pretty well. Like, just a basic continuation model to try and get that winning day. I risked pretty low on the actual trade. Yeah, tapped into a higher time frame. I guess you could say we swept internal liquidity, but not really. It's more just based off continuation and the fact that we were like so bearish. So yeah, I'm gonna pause this quick. But yeah, I never really like talk about my model, honestly, but kind of some key things. Or I trade IFVGs. So those are my entries. The highest time frame IFVG between the 1 and the 5-minute. So it's similar to the MEC model. Well, MEC model is just it targets unfilled gaps, but yeah, it's kind of, today wasn't like my traditional kind of entry like that because it was just kind of a continuation model. I would say the big thing, like, for my model, if you want to start trading IFVGs and like the MEC model, it's kind of the stuff that like PB Trades teaches. I would say the biggest things are kind of like high, not time frame, but like large liquidity pools getting swept, like not just a random high, but like large liquidity pools getting swept. I like to have some sort of internal SMT, maybe an external SMT, but some sort of SMT. And then you're obviously in line with your bias, and you have draws, and then your entry is between the 1 and the 5-minute and the highest time frame inversion. So for example, if we have like here this entry was based off the 3-minute inversion, because the 3-minute, if you go to the 5-minute, there's no 5-minute gap here. 3-minute is the highest time frame, so you wait for the highest time frame close, and then yeah, you're targeting like 1-to-1s and 1-to-2s, because it is a higher win rate, low RR kind of strategy. Yeah, that's pretty much the model. Like, it Oh my god, sorry. I mean, it literally is called the mech model because it's supposed to work when you're targeting unfilled gaps. It's supposed to work against the bias, you know what I'm saying? Because even if your bias is long and you miss longs, after you sweep some sort of liquidity, price has to rebalance gaps short. So you can kind of go against the bias, but at the same time, it's like just from experience, if you really want to make it work, you have to have some sort of narrative. Like in my opinion, um there are like very few setups. There definitely are, but there are like few setups that happen within a week that will just be strictly mechanic and like strictly, oh, I see a setup, I'm gonna take this, and then it hits CP. I think there's always usually, or it's always just better to have some sort of narrative. And what I mean by that is like if you if you have a strong draw, like a new week opening gap, or relative equal highs, or market maker buy model, market maker sell model, stuff like that is always good to have with any model really, unless you're trading like levels. But um, it's always good to have some sort of preferably higher time frame narrative that goes in line with your trades, because it'll just like it'll increase your win rate a lot, especially if you can like be become accurate with that. Um, so yeah, that was a trade today, just like a continuation model. Still entered off high time frame inversion. That's like mainly my all that I answer off of now. Um, and yeah, if I didn't take all these losses here, I would have almost got the balance to 4,000. But it is what it is. We are still taking the payout, and yeah. So I'm gonna actually take the payout now. I just did my W8 form. I don't know what to use because I've been getting a lot of like different like feedback on whether to use Wise or just ACH. Yeah, I'm gonna look into it right now. Hold up. Oh my days, it's literally like 2 hours later. Okay, I'm finally gonna request this payout. Wise took so long to verify that thing for some reason, but okay, here we go. Finally requesting. My cat decided to pull up on this John. So I finally have this Wise thing. I'm just gonna fill all this out and boom, here we go. Submitted, funds removed, funding approved. Wow, just like that. But if anyone actually did watch this, I don't think people will be watching these videos, but it's really just like a public journal of mine. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. And this is like for real only the start. Like so much bigger things to come. But yeah, see you boys.